I built the Monastery Spinjitzu again, but this time on Bricklink Studio to create the instructions for you guys. This time around, I updated some stuff from my original model, and I also built both training courses. We are going to start off with the original training course for Masters of Spinjitzu. The training course features every obstacle that is seen in the show. I think each of the obstacles and mechanisms are pretty close to what they look like in the show. Outside of the ones that are on turntables, the rest are more for display and unfortunately don't function how they do in the show. That would have required to integrate a whole system underneath to make the entire training course functions as it's supposed to. But for me, the biggest thing was making sure I get the look of it right, and eventually when I do create a larger mountaintop, I do want to make everything function. But if I did integrate the training course into the base, you would not be able to switch between the two from Dragon's Rising and Masters of Spinjitzu. The only thing missing from this specific training course is the middle part, and that's due to the fountain in the center. And to be completely honest, I would much rather prefer the fountain than the middle part of the training course. Dragon's Rising training course, I created a platform for it since in the show it does look to be one platform that also comes from underneath the ground. It lies perfectly in the center surrounding the fountain. Similarly to the previous training course, I opted for looks over functionality, making sure that the actual training course looks as accurate as possible as it looks like in the show. At first it was a little difficult to get the placing of everything right because the base of the show is more circular. At one point I did run into a problem of making it too big and had to dial it back a little bit. Overall, I think I captured the look of the training course really well as the one for Masters of Spinjitzu. mentioned earlier that I did build the monastery on Studio, which if you aren't familiar with is a digital building software. That being said, because I built it on Studio, the instructions are now available for purchase in the taco shop. The link will be in the description down below. I did want to really quickly go through some of the things that I updated and what exactly you will be receiving when you purchase the instructions. A small update that I am personally really proud of was adding a little more texture to the walls of the monastery in front of the porch. Right now they are pretty flat, but in Studio I changed it so that the wood framing can stick out a little bit, just like in the show. It's a small detail, but I think it really does elevate the look of the walls here. The next thing I did was to make sure that all the rooms are removable. I have a tendency to not do that when I build my MOCs, but this time around when I was rebuilding the monastery, I made sure that each of the rooms could be removed for slightly better access. This way you can also just build the rooms if you don't want to build the entire monastery. The only room not detachable because of its size is the main living room. Lastly, by far the biggest flaw with the monastery, the fridge. This time, I made it red. Now, what is it exactly that you will be receiving when you purchase the instructions for this MOC? You will of course receive the instructions for the monastery, which is divided up into 15 different PDFs. One of them being how to assemble the monastery once you have it all built. I also started off the instructions with all the parts that you will need instead of having that be at the end. That way you could see what parts you need, collect them, and then start building. Because a lot of the elements were also not on Studio, I went ahead and also created a separate PDF of all the sticker sheets and any additional special parts that you would need. Within the instructions, I would also indicate when you would apply one of those stickers or add that special part. In the same PDF, there's also a quick tutorial on how to make the sliding doors, since those were custom made. I've also included the LDRAW file for the full model so that you can easily import it into Studio. About wraps everything up. Having now rebuilt the entire monastery in Studio, I do now have an official part count, that being 45,855 parts. If you guys do end up purchasing the instructions and run into any issues, feel free to also reach out to me directly so I could help you fix the problem. A model like this is only possible with your guys' support, so I wanted to give you guys a huge thanks for watching the monastery video. And if you haven't already checked out that video, make sure to go check it out, or you could purchase the instructions. Make sure to stick around for more MOCs because I do have more MOCs coming y'all's way, and I have one coming out pretty soon. I will also do my best to release instructions alongside the videos of the MOCs that I do. With all that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share this video with a friend. I will see you guys next time. Taco out.